everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another Chanel review. I actually managed to get my hands on the highlighter that I wanted to buy the last time I bought a highlighter. So last time I went into the Chanel store, if you haven't seen my review on that highlighter, will link it down below. That's the Camellia one. I was after the Lion one, De Lion. Okay. I don't speak French. Anyway, I was after the Lion one, but they didn't have it yet because we are always just so far behind in Australia. Incredibly frustrating. I've mentioned this before, but anyhow, it's only just really made it to the Chanel stores. And I also didn't realize that this one is a Chanel boutique exclusive. So I couldn't buy it in the department stores near me that had stock Chanel. I had to actually go to the Chanel boutique. So that's where I went. And that's what we're talking about. It came in the same cute ass little bag as last time. In fact, the packaging is exactly the same as the other one. So I'm not sure if the red is limited edition or what's going on here, but this beautiful highlighter is in that delightful red lacquer packaging as well, which I'm certainly not complaining about because I think it is just so chic and quite a lot prettier than their regular packaging. It's exactly the same, but with shiny red. What can I say? There is the box. Comes in its little velvet pouch with the embossed Chanel logo. There is that delightful red packaging that I'm talking about. Let me just make sure that there's no fingerprints on it because it does collect fingerprints pretty quickly. So yes, this is exactly the same packaging as the Camellia one. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this packaging. Chanel did come out with two colors of this highlighter. I got the one called Blanc, which is a whitey gold, you'll see in a minute. And the other color is a beautiful gold peachy sort of tone, which I thought from seeing it online and watching other people's swatches and stuff that it would be quite similar to the ones that I already own, which is the Plissé something. But it's the one with the lattice on it, and the Camellia one. In store, she swatched the Camellia one and this peachy one side by side for me, and it's actually much more gold tone than the ones that I already own. So this is a real like rosy peach. It's called Rose. It really is quite rosy and quite peachy, and actually, unfortunately for me, just so beautiful and different enough from the other ones that I actually really wanted that too. But I honestly can't spend that amount of money on a double up of a highlighter, even if it is in a different shade. So for the minute, I've just got this one, and we'll see where it goes from there. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm like. But anyway, I'm going to show this one to you. Open it up, you get the little brush that comes with them, little thingy thing. Good English, dear. Very good English. And there she is there. So you can see the beautiful lion embossed on that. You can see that it's a really light in the pan. It almost looks sort of a greeny gold, you know, because it's that white. So it's definitely a gold undertone, but it's very, very fair. So you can see that almost blends into my skin. It's that fair. I mean, it gives a really nice sheen, but the color is very, very fair. In terms of shade, this is definitely a unique shade for a luxury designer brand highlighter, in my opinion. It's weird because this is like a gold highlighter in terms of when the light hits it, the shine that comes off is gold, but it still somehow manages to be sort of silvery just because of how fair it is, and because, I don't know, it just kind of comes off grey toned. Know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks a bit grey. And so it just sort of carries that onto the skin, but in a really nice kind of way, not in a way that you wouldn't want. So I could swatch this against all the highlighters in my collection, but I actually don't really feel like that is warranted at all, because it is just a totally different color. Like, it's not even on the spectrum of the colors that I've already got. So I think just for comparison's sake, I will swatch it against the 3 Chanel highlighters, so you can see the difference between the Chanel highlighters that I have. I don't really think there's any point in swatching it against the other highlighters that I own because it's completely different. This one here In the middle is the new one. This is the Du Lion one. This one here is the Camellia one, which is the one with the micro shimmers, if you can see that there. And this one is called Plissé, and it's more of a peachy color. So this one here doesn't have any of the micro shimmers like the Camellia one did. It's more of just a straight up sheen, like a highlighter normally gives you that sort of sheen. It definitely goes on light initially and is sort of one of those buildable coverage ones, which I appreciate in a highlighter because I would rather be able to build it up than to have it be so strong that I couldn't like wear it lightly, although it's me and I don't really like to wear my highlighters lightly. So what does it matter? In the store, the lady was like, oh, well, you know, maybe you could make it lighter for daytime. I'm like, please. So now I'm going to build it up on my cheek and we can see how intense it is, and so you can get a bit of a better look. Because I'm wearing a little bit of it at the moment, but I didn't want to mess up the design too much until I showed you. So now we can mess up the lion and pack this puppy on. So hopefully it's showing in the viewfinder, because in the mirror down here it's definitely packing a punch now. And as you can see, it comes off on the skin with definitely that yellow reflect, like I'm telling you, like it comes off on the skin as gold, but you can also see that really sort of light base color to it. So I think that when you build it up, it's actually got that really nice sort of wet, glossy kind of highlight to it, you know. But you can see now it's definitely quite a strong highlight if you want to build it up to be that way. So because of how fair it is, I don't think that it would be particularly well suited to quite a lot of skin tones. Like I think you're kind of going to see that base color on anything much darker than me. So if you don't mind your highlight sort of really standing out, then you could probably still get away with it. But if you want your highlight to sort of blend into the skin and actually just look like your skin highlighted, then I think you would need to go for the other color. And the other color is gorgeous. Like I said, I would happily have that as well. In fact, I have that on my birthday list. So yeah, I think that if you want one of these and you have a medium to deep skin tone, then really you need to look at the other shade. But if you have a fair to incredibly fair skin tone, and I know that lots of people with very fair skin tones do find it hard to find a highlighter that is light enough to actually lift the high points of their face, which is what a highlighter is meant to do, then I think that this is a great highlighter. So Chanel released a highlighter quite a few years ago, I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It was so popular, and I wish that I had been able to get my hands on that one, but I actually wasn't au fait with Chanel at the time, so I wasn't even like aware of it. But I've seen it since then and been like, man, that is so pretty. I first saw this highlighter on Tara Arabi's, not quite sure how to pronounce her name, but anyway, I'll link her channel below. She does the most amazing reviews. She just has the most incredible makeup collection. Like I swear she owns absolutely everything, and she seems to get every release. And so when you're listening to her review stuff, it's really good because she actually can fully compare it to just about anything that you would ever want it to be compared to. So she went ahead and compared this highlighter to that highlighter from a few years ago, which sold out like hotcakes, and she said that they are pretty similar and it's a pretty good dupe for it. So if you missed out on that highlighter and you actually really wanted it, which is what was going on with me, then, you know, if you grab this one, it's probably going to fill that niche for you. So I'll link her channel down below because I do think she's really good. And that is definitely enough ramble about this highlighter, because let's face it, you know, it wasn't really a great surprise to you guys that I was going to like it. I wonder if I ever will like find one that I don't like. Actually, if I find one that I don't like, I'm not going to buy it. So I might tell you, but you're not going to likely see a review on one that I don't like, because these retail for $98 in Australia, which is a pretty high price tag. It's definitely an investment, and it's definitely a passion project to collect stuff like this. But I have decided that this is something that I want to do on my channel. I'm going to really try to get every single highlighter release that they do, so that I can be your go-to for Chanel highlighters. You'll know that I'm going to buy it, and I am going to review it, and I'm going to compare it to the ones that I have in my collection for you. So that's my hope, that I can do that for you guys and that you find that helpful. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you are a Chanel aficionado or a Chanel lover, then please talk to me in the comments. Let me know what is your favorite Chanel product, because maybe I haven't tried it and maybe I am missing out. and maybe I need an excuse to try it. I would definitely love to hear your experiences and your recommendations. So thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one.